Welcome, welcome to my lovely IHP community and the 5D Collective. We began our day with a couple shorts, and now we have our extended on the topic of, I haven't decided the title, but it's a self-agent here. Healthy self-worth woman. I'm a mystic. I am a functional child adult. I love learning things, and when I hear data, I know when it's true, and that's because I'm a smart brain. Stable, mature, adaptive, rational, teachable. I do not look to my peers at all, because my peers, the ones who are my same age and younger, unless they're my actual colleagues. So yes, the colleagues, they have brains like mine, is how I'm going to say it. So they're online entrepreneurs, they're online content creators, they're mentors, podcast hosts like me. And you can tell that they're not following a Wendy, Peter Pan, Pinocchio narrative because they don't have they're not hooked on drama, and they're not hooked on their modulation. So when I hear Wendy and Peter Pan and the Lost Boys, I know that my ear has a way that it tunes into human suffering. God keeps chiming in. I'm a mystic again. I come with faith. I know God always wins. So it's not Lucifer, though, by the way, the low frequency people. The fearful ones are 3D, 4D, brothers and sisters. They won't be going to therapy because they actually think they can dismantle the good modern day therapist and say that they're trying to imprison you, which is an indication of that 16-year-old rebelling with a 3-year-old who didn't get to be angry. So when you meet Gabor Mate, he lets you know how a child is supposed to be lovingly accepted, not have to work for love, and have all their basic human emotions be expressed. I got to be angry. Yes. I got to be sad. Yes, again. I got to be afraid. Wow. The fear was where I got a little pushback, but that's because my mother, knowing that I'm a woman and knowing that I'm small, made sure that her child would be able to get a little. So I knew when I was processing a sliver of a trauma charge what was happening. I care about my body. I'm a healthy self-worth woman, so I do moderation. That's also because my mother continued to tell me this, and I'm a mindfully listening person because I'm a higher self. My 3-year-old said, you can't spank me, it's my body. That's called a differentiated self, so my thoughts and my emotions were allowed to be mine. Surprise! I was allowed to be surprised, disgusted. I was allowed to be disgusted, and I was like, happy, yes, and she didn't shame me. You see, a third attunement repairing ruptures. You say no, and you say, here's why. You yell at me, and you say, here's why. And so all of us have trauma charges. Mine didn't get charged. No, they got charged. I work with it and maintain my I have secure attachment. So here's the deal where I, attachment trauma informed lady, bring to you my course's material, but I'm giving you my story so you can understand I am proof that you can do it too. Be an infinite higher human conscious potential experiencing person who's an actual badass versus the ones who are in their visceral with maladaptive daydreaming. And you know, the thing is that they tire their body out. I don't look up to the lady or man in suit. I make fun of them for a reason. I make fun of all Wendy's and Peter Pans and Lost Boys because they're the fearful ones who are the cowards who actually go and crap on Patrick Jan's content because they think that strong means I'm suppressing. So they suppress their emotions, go suppress it. In the meantime, the actual brave human beings are the ones who go to Patrick Tian. And the brave ones also don't say, you're trauma dumping on me. No, the brave ones don't do any of that. They allow themselves to be with the community, to not project. If Bill looks at me one more time, I'm going to beat him up. You know what? That's a bitch. So anybody who's thinking about how they're going to avoid getting fucked over with again, don't matter what it is. It's hypervigilance, which is not your well-being. It's also teenager and fight response, and your anger still not being allocated effectively. So the 3-year-old's still suffering. 16-year-old thinks they're badass, and in the meantime, I know that's a limited consciousness person who represents no threat whatsoever. Because my gut is so good that if I'm in a physically threatening situation, besides natural disasters, which I'm okay because God told me I'm physically safe. So humanity speaking, they won't be near a ventral energy. Self-empowered women, men, and days don't have crappy people around because it will be like, excuse me, what do you think you're doing? I guess you didn't hear me the first time. No, we won't become friends. Yes, we do frequent the same place. No, I will not be talking to you. Yes, I will be seeing you. And that is all. Immunity isn't enough to be saluted is I can't even say it because that's disrespectful to my brother and sister. I can't say they're a sorry-ass human being because God chimes in, Maria, don't judge human suffering. The therapists chime in, hey, they didn't choose their trauma. Determined, Robert Sapolsky chimes in, they have no free will. And when someone tells me, women, you're too serious, that's what they tell me. And men say, you didn't use your words right. I say, no, I didn't speak to them because my mother, you didn't tell him you didn't like him. No, I didn't, Mom. I just didn't talk to him. Made sure he understood. I moved away. I was very cordial. when he imposed salutations, because I got it in society, I did it. I'm not serious. I had made a decision, which is I'm not going to be your friend. That's it. I didn't even tell you. So if you have an insecure human being, man, woman, they don't matter. They don't like secure people. That's why. Confidence, it's not a substitute for clarity. And when you got both, clarity, integrated brain right here. I don't need to continue to explain myself. If you're a 5D collective member, you will know what I'm talking about, because self-agents know hissy fits when they see one, and the attachment trauma educators to a T. Every one of those fight little response people, that's why I make fun of them, because they will wield their words in their own heads in ways that are buffoonery. It's not self-sabotage. It's I don't want to do the work. That's why they're cowards. Because again, they're not Lucifer. Lucifer, 1, is a fallen angel, doesn't win. 2, low frequency. 3, neuroscience proves no demon inside the body, my brothers and sisters. The kingdom of God, yeah, they can have heaven in the body. It's called restorative embodiment. Self-aware, accountable, regulating. But if they say, I want to do self-help, personal development, everything else is beautiful, now I want to, okay, go have fun with flat earthers. Please have your stories, and we're going to make fun of you from afar, as I'm sure you're going to make fun of us. Meantime, I really make fun of them because not their entertainment. I don't need to watch movies. Movies actually make me think of how many people are unhealed. Drama kings and queens who are hooked. Again, this is where I have to be successful, you need clarity, not confidence. And as I have shared with you, when someone said, I'm a spirituality expert, let me tell you that those who will not heal fully their trauma will not be able to manifest. Oh no, they'll be able to manifest. Poor unfortunate souls, so sad, but true. That one wanting to be pretty, that one wanting to get the boy. And do I help? No, I don't, because I'm in my prefrontal cortex and they're hooked on fucking each other over and looking behind each other in this hypervigilant mode and not taking themselves seriously. The body of yours suffers. I don't give pats on the back when somebody is suffering, because I will notice your nervous system, because you will have unhealthy self-worth mannerisms. My amygdala was not alerted to this human being at all. And this entire time, they were holding their eye on me somehow. And the only reason they even had the guts to say anything was because they were drunk. They were in a mood, and they think that they taught me a lesson in manners, because the next time I saw them, because I was alone, they were with a friend of mine, and I had to say hello. No, I didn't have to say anything. But I thought of that word, am I not decent enough to be saluted? Wow, decency has nothing to do with grown-up people not befriending each other. And so I said hello to my friend, who's another character who you heard of plenty of stories that, and I looked at them, I acknowledged them and said, at least you looked at me. And that's called passive aggressive. When I get passionate and excited, there are those who don't know how to hear well. So you're passive aggressive. No, I'm not. I don't hold on to resentment. I'll tell you if you're, no, I won't, because actually I don't befriend people that are assholes like that. I only befriend people that I can say, you're a fucking asshole to my facade friend. Every time I stopped doing it now, because as he's gotten older, I think he's getting sensitive. And so I don't want to hurt his feelings. But that's where now I can't hang out with them anymore and have a good time, because they got an ego that gets bruised so easily. It's not fun. So confidence, clarity. It is with accepting each other as we are. Tune on in for more. And it is understanding how some people will become love and some will not. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit.